What's going on, guys? I'm back again with the next quick video of showing you a few things to look for when buying a truck, especially a cheap truck. This is one of my trucks right here. As you can see, Freightliner, Columbia, and this is one of the stuff right here. As you can see, like, I'm not leaking. My wheel seal is not leaking. You know what I mean? That's one good thing. So you check all your wheel seals. I don't have no leak coming from my wheel seals. As you can see, my tires are a little low. I might have to change these two right here. I might end up changing all four. It just depends. But yeah, I don't have no leak on my seals. My airbags is done right now, but they actually work. Stuff like that. Make sure I have all these stuff right here. I'm doing it without the truck running because if the truck is running, then it'll be harder for you to hear me. You also got to make sure your lights are working. So when you go on, you're going to put on all your 4 blinkers, your hazard lights, to make sure everything is working. Then you're going to put on your left lamp at a time. Then you're going to put on your right lamp. You also got to check to make sure that your U-joints right here are pretty decent, pretty good. Don't give you no issues. No like the leaking or the dry rotting. You got to make sure that your 5th wheel, you know what I mean, is working. I just changed the line on this piece right here for the pump, for the slide. And then you're looking at your differential right here. You can see the differential not leaking. The U-joint is in pretty good shape. You check right there at the brakes. You see you got some meat on the brakes. You do the same thing for all of them. Make sure you got meat on the brakes. And then you got your brake chambers right here. You check to see if they're damaged, or the wires damaged, all those stuff damaged. Basically, when you're doing when you're checking your truck, you're basically doing like a pre-trip inspection on the truck, just to make sure that everything is good. Basically, the basic pre-trip, you check all your exhaust to see if you got any leak or anything of the nature like that. Then you go from there, and you check to see if any. Same thing with on in here. As you can see, like everything on it, they're pretty good. But you won't know until you start the truck up. And you wanna go about popping the hood. As you can see, the hood is packed. Now when you're checking your engine, you're basically gonna check for the same thing. Filters. Make sure they're clean. Your right here, this is your turbo. Check to see if your turbo got any leak once the engine is running. All that little stuff. Look at your exhaust, the whole 9. You're gonna check your belt to see if it's damaged. As you can see right there, you got cracks. Eventually this belt is gonna need to be replaced. So that's basically what you're looking for. So eventually I'm gonna have to go get a belt for this and replace it, so that it don't pop on me and I don't have my battery charging. I won't have AC. And what else? That's about it on this belt. And then you have the main belt down there for the main belt for the engine and fan. Yeah, and basically you'll be looking for all the stuff that you should be looking for. This is your air dump. If you have too much air in it, it'll push out the air. If you have too much air, push it out. You basically do the same thing here when it comes to the brakes. You check all your brake pads. Eventually I'm gonna need to get them front one replaced. You know what I mean? But you check your brake pads. I mean, I'll probably change them in the next month. You look for leaks. You know what I mean? The whole nine. Stability. See if any of your wires are hanging. You know what I mean? I got a little leak right there, you can see, but it's an old truck. You know what I mean? It's gonna have leaks. And then you come over here, do the same thing. This is your oil. This is your fuel filter right here. So if you ever run out of fuel and you need to get yourself to a truck stop, you're gonna get some fuel and you're gonna throw it up inside of here. You're gonna turn your key on for 5 seconds, turn it off. Turn your key on for 5 seconds, turn it off. And keep filling this container until it's full. I want you to keep turning your key on and on until it's to a point where it's halfway full. Then you start the truck and you'll be able to start moving. As you can see, I got a little oil leak right here. Not necessarily oil leak, but bubble over. All this stuff I'm gonna have to get cleaned up and replace the fuel inside of here. But as you can see right here, like it can show you the basic engine where there's no major leaks or anything of the sort. Leaks is mostly like from power steering, which is simple. You know what I mean? You will go inside, you will rock your steering wheel right here to make sure that it's tight and it don't have no play. As you can see, like the seals, the joints, very intact. The same thing with everything, they're mostly very intact. Now when you're gonna check your blow-by, this is how you check your blow-by right here. Make sure. This is how you check your blow-by. So you're gonna take this cover off. And once you take this cover off, you're gonna take it off while the engine is running. And while the engine is running, you're gonna put your hand over here. And if there's a lot of air pushing out on your hand, then you know you have a lot of blow-by. If there's slight air pushing out, then you know the blow-by is not that big. So you can manage. You can run a truck with blow-by, but I think you have to change the oil like way faster. You know what I mean? I usually change my oil like every 10,000 miles. You know what I mean? Every month. Oil change is around $350 for the oil change and lube. You know what I mean? Yeah, and all the different stuff. And blow-by will basically tell you that eventually you have to replace the engine. Not replace it, but rebuild it. You can rebuild it. You don't necessarily have to replace it, but rebuild it. You know what I mean? And then you go from there, you check to see if like all this right here, and then you go from there. And then we could go to opening up the truck. You open the truck, and then you get the inside of an $8,600 truck. As you can see, I removed the seat. I don't need it. I remove all the panels from up inside of here so that I could be able to clean it. This is the end result from everything. So basically what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna put a fridge. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put back the plastic section right here. If I don't, I'll do it in wood and make jars for like clothes and stuff like that, as well as a section where I could bolt up a TV. And for the seat, I think I'll just keep this space to help work out and stuff like that. Give me some space to work out when it's hot. I just work out in the truck instead of outside. Do some like simple crunches, simple lunches. Now, when you get into the truck, you're gonna turn the key on. You know what I mean, make sure that everything's good. Now the truck is running. This light right here, I'm gonna give y'all some information on what the stuff is. This light is basically your ear light. So once the ear gauge builds up, this light is gonna get removed. This right here is to set your cruise control, and this is your cruise control button. So you push this on, and then you set this. This right here is your engine brake. This is for your wipers. So you basically press it, and you can see it's moving right now. You press it, and then it stops, and that's for your wash. These are for your lights and your markers, as well as these right here. I forgot what this one is. This is your panel light. This is your mirror heat. This is your utility lamp in the back. And this is your overdrive. So for this one here, I think like if you was ever to get into a problem and you break down, this kind of like give it that overdrive to where you can get to a shop to get it looked at. But it's not gonna last forever. This is to lower your airbags right here. This is to lock your wheels up. And this is to slide your fifth wheel right here. See, as you can see, I take all my stuff out because all this stuff, I'm gonna replace it all. I'm gonna replace this whole stuff right here. As you can see this right here, I remove it all. And I'm gonna replace it all in your stuff. To get the whole set is about $800. So I'm just gonna replace it all. I got AC blowing, so it's cool. But again, on a cheap truck like a 8600, $10,000 truck, you don't really want to look for a perfect truck. The truck is gonna have a bunch of little issues that may need to be fixed. You just need to look for a truck that have a good enough engine and a good enough transmission. Once the engine and transmission work, as well as the stuff needed to pass DOT, which is the lights, the blinkers, and all the different stuff, then you'll be all right. You can just run on the road for 6 months and buy the truck that you really want to get. But to start off, this is just a starter truck. And sometimes a starter truck make a better truck than a brand new truck, because we're in this business to make money. So my goal is to make money, not to look fancy. I've been here by myself. I don't really have to please people other than myself when I'm in here. My AC work, it works in the back. Once I put my bed down, my sheets on, I'm okay. You know what I mean? I go down the road, I make my money, I come back home, I get into my house. And it's okay. So it just stuff like that. Like, personally, if you can afford a brand new truck, buy a brand new truck. But I wouldn't recommend getting a brand new truck simply because it's gonna cost you a great weekly payment. I bought a 2012 about 4 years ago, Kentworth, and I used to pay like around $800 a week on payments. That's like 30 something a month. And you're looking at a brand new truck where you're looking at 100,000. You might be paying 2,000 a week. That's just on truck payments. a week, so you're looking at about $8,000 a month. You're still looking at regular expenses from the house: light bill, water bill, house rent, insurance, car insurance, fuel in the car, all those different stuff. So again, you just gotta look around. You can find yourself a decent truck like mine for anywhere between $5,000 and $15,000, and you'll be alright to run on the road for a good 6 months. Make you some money. Buy you a second truck, something that you may like, for around $20,000, $40,000 cash. And the next thing, I wouldn't recommend doing a note with a truck, because you waste too much money. If you can buy cash, buy cash. Again, this is just the inside view of my truck and what it looks like right now. I'm gonna slowly put it back together, but it's drivable, it's comfortable. I don't have no issues with it. I showed y'all the engine, some of the stuff, what to look for. I hope y'all be able to find y'all something cheap and good that y'all can go on the road with. Not every cheap truck is a good truck. Again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Be safe on the road, enjoy your day. Again, if y'all could please hit that like button. It kind of help my videos to get watched more. I'm new to YouTube. I've been on here a year, but I've also been busy dealing with trucking. I'm trying to get into the YouTube situation. If y'all could give it a like or comment, it'll help. Comment on how I could better my content. I surely appreciate it. At the moment, I'm still using cell phones, so you can please bear with me. Again, be safe on the road. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Enjoy it, man.